1891, England. The wind screams across the desolate moors, rattling the windows of Thornfield Abbey like a skeletal hand trying to claw its way inside. Eleanor clutches her brother's letter close, the wax seal bearing the crest of Thornfield in the face of a pale, emaciated man with eyes that burn like hot coals. Inside, she finds not her brother, but the brooding Lord Vaelen, whose piercing gaze seems to bore right through her. He is waiting for her, watching her. His lips are pale against his stark white skin, almost translucent, like porcelain. But there's something else, something unsettling. A cobweb of cracks spreads across his jaw, across his high cheekbones, a grotesque roadmap of fissures leading down to his neck. And when he opens his mouth to speak, Eleanor sees that those cracks run all the way down into his soul. Vaelen explains that he is cursed to turn to stone every full moon until a selfless maiden breaks the curse with a blood sacrifice. For centuries, the lords of Thornfield have kept their bargain with the Wraith that granted them immortality, offering up a soul once a year on the night of the full moon. But this night, he has no one to sacrifice, no one except Eleanor, the sister of the man whose portrait hangs and weeps in the corner, the man whose letter summoned her here. Eleanor and Vaelen ride out to the crumbling ruins of an old chapel, the air growing colder as the moon climbs higher in the sky. The wind whips Eleanor's hair across her face as she stares at the moss-covered crypt in the center of the clearing. Here, the ancestors of Thornfield made a pact with a Wraith, trading a soul for a century of life. The first lord was a cruel man who had murdered his brother for the throne. So the Wraith had taken his brother's soul and bound him to the family line, dooming them to an eternity of damnation. Every 100 years, on the night of the full moon, the Lord of Thornfield must offer up the purest blood in his veins to the Wraith, sacrificing their firstborn son or daughter to ensure the continuation of their bloodline. When the bell tolls midnight, Vaelen stops. This is the closest he will get to the sacrifice tonight, the point at which the ancient ritual has always been performed. But Eleanor feels compelled to go further, to reach the heart of the crypt, to confront whatever evil lies within. As the last of the moonlight bleeds away, leaving them in total darkness, Vaelen turns to Eleanor, fear etched on his pale face. "You can't go any further," he whispers, his voice hoarse with unshed tears. "Don't defy the Wraith, it will kill you." But Eleanor presses on, guided by a single candle flame, deeper and deeper into the earth. She hears the Wraith before she sees him, a towering specter of malice and malevolence coalescing from the shadows. His eyes burn like molten gold, filled with an ancient hunger. And his smile, God, his smile is a symphony of sharp teeth and dripping fangs, promising nothing but pain. He watches her approach, amusement dancing in his fathomless eyes. So, another sacrifice presents herself. The Wraith purrs, his voice like velvet over razors. How touching, how very, very brave. Though, I do believe it's a little late for that, don't you think? Kay gestures with a gnarled finger to the crack spreading across Vaelen's face. "Your brother, how foolish of me." Kay, he did try so hard to break the curse, didn't he? But he forgot, as all of them always do, the most important part of the ritual. They forget to bring me a gift. The Wraith flicks his wrist, sending a shard of bone-chilling cold toward Eleanor. She ducks, the icy fragment whistling past her ear. "I suppose it's time I paid them a little visit." With a swirl of his cloak, he vanishes, and Eleanor, anger blazing in her eyes, grabs the nearest thing at hand, a shard of rock, and hurls it at the ancestral mirror, shattering the surface. The fragments hit the Wraith, impaling him. He shrieks, a sound of pure, unadulterated rage, as the mirror's shards dig into his ethereal form. Then he's gone, dissolving into a million pieces, leaving behind only the echo of his curse. The mirror remembers. He hisses, his voice a hollow whisper in the vast emptiness. And as Eleanor and Vaelen ride away from Thornfield, They can hear the Wraith's laughter echoing across the desolate moors, a promise that this is far from over. The mirror may be broken, but the curse of Thornfield is only just beginning.